Hello everyone, welcome back to our podcast
Reality Check
with us Firza.
and Mailan. Glad to have you with us again. Today we're talking about a topic that feels like yearly routine in our
Yes,
region.
that's true.
And guess what?
Yes, floods.
Floods.
Okay.
Floods that frequently hit the Ciayu Majakuning area almost every year. So
That's true.
neighborhoods are submerged.
And every time floods happens, the same questions always comes up.
Where is the government
Yes.
when floods hit?
Okay, honestly, the questions is understandable from the public's perspective. The government often becomes visible only after the flood has already turned into a disaster.
Yes, but to avoid discussing this from just one point of view, today we invite several guests with a different background.
Okay, let us introduce them. The first guest is Miss Fadliatun.
Hi!
Welcome guys. Come on.
And the second is Mr. Nanda.
Yeah. Okay, the third one is Kenzie. Hello, Milan.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Welcome,
Yes,
welcome.
yes. Come on.
And the last one is Miss Keisha.
Yeah.
Hi, Keisha. Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us. Hello.
Come on, take a seat, take a seat.
Okay, take a seat.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you guys. Before we start, how are y'all doing?
We are fine.
Good.
Okay, y'all good, right?
Good.
Did the recent flood affect you?
My house in
Yes.
Kedaung, we almost safe, like literally one step away from flooding. But my neighbors, knee deep water, and nobody signed up for that.
And in Labunta, the water was rapidly caused the leaking embankment, causing the residents to panic as the flood spread within minutes.
Oh.
Several residents in my neighborhood had to clean their homes for days.
Yeah, Sam here. My grandmother's house in Villa Intan was flooded too.
Very
So this clearly affect many
That's it.
people, not just a few. Yeah.
Yeah.
In your opinion,
Okay.
why do floods keep happening like almost every year?
Every year.
So, from what I've seen on the ground, heavy rainfall is definitely a trigger, Firza. But honestly, floods are not just about the rain. It's more complicated than that.
Okay.
Such as what, Kenzie?
Well, for example, poorly maintained drainage system, river that become shallow due to the sediment and fewer water absorption areas. So when the heavy rains falls begin, the water has nowhere to go. It can be absorbed properly, and it can flow smoothly either.
Yeah.
What about government's rule?
Honestly, the response often feels late, like the water already came, left, and then someone asks, "So, what happened here?"
I agree. The government often react after floods happen, not before. I think prevention should be the priority.
Yeah, I think that.
So prevention should be the main focus.
Yes. Better planning and protecting nature could really reduce the impact.
But speaking of planning and the environment, let's talk about the upper areas in Kuningan.
Yes. Many people have linked flooding in lower areas to land use change in the hills, especially to America, that tourism.
Yeah, so how is Arunika connecting to the flooded guys?
Okay. Arunica used to function as a natural water catchment area. The soil and forest absorb large amount of rainwater.
So what's changed?
When parts of the land were cleared for development, the absorption capacity decreased. Less vegetation means less water infiltration.
And what is the impact of that, Keisha?
The effect is direct. When heavy rain falls, instead of being absorbed into the ground, water flows quickly downhill. This increases surface runoff, which raises river levels faster and causes flooding in lower areas.
So the problem is land use change, and the effect is faster and heavier flooding downstream.
Exactly. Development without proper environmental planning increase flood risk.
Yeah, reforestation has been done, yes, but natural forests that have grown for decades have deep root system that stabilize soil and absorb water efficiently.
Okay.
Newly plant trees cannot immediately replace that function.
And that is why it's very sensitive, guys. It's not about rejecting tourism. The cost is poor environmental consideration in developing planning. And the effect is long-term flood vulnerability for communities below.
And of course, the people who experience the impact are not the developers, but residents like us.
Yes, I agree. Beside floating houses, there's another serious impact: damaged roads, guys.
Yes, like after every major flood, we see potholes and many asphalt broken like everywhere.
Yeah.
Why does it happen?
Okay, let me tell you guys. When the flood water stays on the road for hours or even days, it weakens the asphalt structure. Water seeps into small cracks, erodes the base layer, and reduces the road's asphalt strength. So it's become potholes.
Yeah, makes sense, makes sense.
And when vehicles pass over those weakened surfaces, the pressure causes the asphalt to collapse, creating potholes.
From the community perspective, damaged roads create long-term problems. People struggle to go to work, students have difficulty reaching school, and small business lost customer. In some cases, accident increase because drivers try to avoid potholes.
Yeah, so the cause is prolonged water exposure and poor drainage. And the effect goes beyond physical damage, right?
Exactly. It leads to economic losses, safety risks, and even slower emergency response during floods.
So that means floods not damage homes, but they damage infrastructure and disturb daily life entirely.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Which bring us back to the bigger picture. Prevention is much cheaper than repairing damage every year. However, floods are not only the government responsibility, guys.
Okay, so why is that?
Many people still throw trash into the rivers and drains.
Yeah, that's right.
This blocks water flow.
And trash has a huge impact, you know. Block drainage increase water levels and cause overflows.
So this is a shared responsibility.
That's right, Fiza.
Okay. In my opinion, like rules are useless if they are not enforced.
If rules were enforced consistently, people will think twice before breaking them.
Yeah, in the field we often find drains blocked by trash and the impact is huge. When drainage is cold, water level rise much faster even when the rainfall isn't extreme. So yes, the community's role is just as important.
Okay, to sum up our discussions today,
Floods are not only about rain, but about urban planning, environmental protection, government policy, and public behavior.
The governments must focus more on prevention, planning, and supervision.
And the community must play its part, starting from simple action like not littering.
If the government and people work together,
Floods in Ciayu Majakuning don't have to be an annual disaster.
okay, thank you to our guest
And thank you for listening to Reality Check.
See you in the next video.
episode.